And William Henriksen are the linesmen. The teams are to center ice, and we're ready for the fourth and final meeting in the season series between Timrå and Djurgården. The home team in red and the visitors in yellow. Really foray into the offensive zone for the home side. Now they'll have to back it up and start fresh. Sent ahead by Sundin, comes to the goal. Other side. And they work to get it out of the zone. A little risky there. The puck handling of Victor Eklund getting tested. They find a way to eventually move it out to neutral territory. A lot of youth and settle behind Marmenlund's net. Errant pass will force a restart on the breakout attempt. Blix to pick it up. From a standout in college hockey in the U.S. with Boston. Here's a chance in front and just about tipped in at the back door. Sloppy coming out of the zone, out of pressure, really cranked up, and they score! 3 consecutive games with a goal for Frey. Sloppy coming out of the zone, played to the front of the net, narrowly missing there. They stay with it, and watch Frey right down the middle of the ice, making his way to the side of the goal, right there for the rebound, and he pounces. Timrå taking advantage of some sloppiness. Shillington, supported there by Sisson. Sisson strides ahead, gives it back to Shillington. Finds a man on the move in Frondell. He's over the line, zips it on target, save and a rebound, and it went just wide as Frondell went to the net. Now Shillington sizing things up, shoots. Another loose puck, follow-up chance. Timrå back to even strength, unscathed. Halfway through the opening period at SCA Arena. Puck in the corner, centering effort. Didn't get to Solston. He was there, ready to cause some trouble. Looking along the boards, Eriksson sent it along the wall and chipped ahead. Some speed now for Genborg. He's got a man with him. To the middle, the backhand. What a save by Marmenlund. Great move from Timrå to the attack, and Marmenlund with an outstanding save to prevent his team from going down by a pair. Tough test for the netminder who's been watching for a little while. That's a big one. Frondell with a little pace up. The Blackhawk first rounder bounces off the boards and takes it himself. Cross ice in behind the net, Eklund. Snatched by Hardegård, then he has it taken away. Frondell looked to center on the backhand. Eriksson broke that up. Timrå on the wing, a little space to operate here if they can turn the corner. Getting back Shillington, who's trying to check with his legs and not reach out and slow down Genborg, and he did enough to slow things up. But power play opportunities in the league and the most power play shots on goal. Try and continue that pattern, get some volume in terms of pucks to the net. We didn't see from Djurgården on their net advantage earlier on. Here's Frey. Sends it to the wing. They've got the line. Driving volley, Valterholm, his backhand into the corner. 3 power play goals against Malmo on Thursday. Looking for another one here. One-time shot, that one up and over from Dahlin. Dahlin third in the league in points starting the day with 45. 19 of those points on the power play. Top of the circle, Pedersen leaves for Frey. Frey, wrist shot through a crowd. It's somebody in that crowd, bounces to the side. Still 70 seconds to run in the advantage, and Djurgården finds a way to get possession and comfortable with the ruling of the officials. Off the drop, getting to it is Blix. Blix goes to the boards, now to the line with it, and it comes out to neutral ice. On the wing, gathered by Dahlin. Dahlin, danger man number 1 for Timrå. especially in these situations. He's got it, plays it. Oh, he tried to get it across the ice to Pettersson, who found some space there on his offside. Left shot on the right wing. And Djurgården with a stick there to take away a grade A scoring chance. Pettersson again on the move, looking to the front of the net here. We'll keep it. Pettersson back to the line. Top of the circle, fired. Karam's wide after the release from Dahlin, and down the ice it goes. Penalty fired wide. In back of the net, handled by Stromberg, freed from the penalty box. The team's back to 5-on-5. Both clubs now with 2-man advantages in the game and nothing to show for them. On your power play to be a energy sucker for your club. You want to get a boost from it at least, if not getting a goal. The team able to get much from their experiences with an extra skater in the game so far. 1-0 lead on the even strength goal from Alphonse Frey as it's played into Timrå ice. Sundin gathers down low, checked along the boards. He'll go back behind the net to play it, wrapping it around the wall. Deflected by Vedin. Vedin took a shot there as a Djurgården player was heading to the bench. In the regular season, top 6 teams in the standings qualify directly for the quarterfinals. The next 4 teams break into pairs and are involved in the play-in for 2 places to close out the quarterfinal bracket. Teams 13 and 14 at the bottom of the standings in a playout, 7 games to stay in the league. HV 71 winning those playout matchups each of the last 2 years, hoping to avoid it this time. On the end board, shoveled there by Eriksson, came back to him, so he's going to stick with it. Pushes it along the boards, can't get it by Lindstrom. Sold him to the far side. His pass intercepted by Genborg, and the Red Wings second rounder on the fly gets it ahead. Eriksson back for Genborg, couldn't get a shot away. And now it's played ahead. Rundell whiffed on his pass, they'll backtrack. Volley Valterholm. Center and across, backhanded in, big hit there. Flicks, able to knock the puck down. He'll chip it right back inside the line, and then they emerge and make their way to the line and beyond. That's fired by Forsmark. Ricochets to the boards. Eriksson played it off. Now a shot attempt leads to a broken stick, but still possession for Timrå. More of this is what they're after. The shot block will change the plan. Golfed ahead. Down. Lindberg, Rickard Hug, and Jonathan Pudos. The 4th leading scorer in the league, one of the top goal getters in the league as well. 2nd in goals for Dahlin, and in behind that, a bunch of guys trying to do their part, but difficult to find players piling up the points other than Emil Pettersson in support of Dahlin. Long distance effort turned away by Johansson. On the board, Stockselius. Good reach on the youngster. Whacked at it, knocked out of the air. Poked by Pettersson. Now a race along the boards. Eriksson's trying to get loose, just didn't have the strength to win that puck back. Stockselius over the line. He put the brakes on, then the checking came his way. Eriksson advancing it. Genborg with a board. Happy to get it back in their possession. Timrå tightening up the shot story. 7-3 in the first for Djurgården. 9-7 in the second for Timrå. Bulk of those shots for Timrå coming over the last 5 minutes or so. Next goal is so big in this game. The home team coming on, trying to claim that goal. Vedin on the boards, watched by Stockselius. Vedin taking it to the end wall now. Still working with it. Vedin, 32 years of age. Some time in the NHL with the Blackhawks. It's by Vedin on the boards and also eludes Pila, who backtracks before sending it on for Eriksson. Marmelin, 11 saves on 12 sent in his direction. Where will this one go? in the third period. The visitors in yellow, the home side in red. They're at full and even strength, and they're tied at 1 apiece. Pressure on Jesper Pettersson. He plays it along. Calmly in possession, bumped off the boards by Anton Frondell, but comes around to Lindstrom, who's got no stick. Slips into soccer mode, but can't clear, and the slot it comes. Here's a chance, turned away, the rebound, and it's sent just wide. What a start to the period for Timrå. Again, Djurgården inviting danger in their own zone with a little sloppiness. And they get away with it this time, but that was that sloppiness that set up the goal for Frey. As the puck is put back into play, Sissons put it on the boards. Colby looking on as Frondell came to it. Now Sissons tangles with Genborg. Eddie Genborg to the left point. Long drive, change direction. Marmenlind read it well. Out in front, a chance. Down Marmenlind. Where is it? He thought he had it. The referee thought he had it and blew the whistle. Puck had gone to the corner. Marmenlind will take the quick whistle. And the tempers are up, just like the tempo quad, moving them at least temporarily into solo first place as you get a look at the chances unfolding. And Marmenlind reacting very well. Vogla shootout. It also took a shootout for Luleå to get by Brynäs 4-3 in a big game. Växjö edging Malmö 4-3. The Redhawks struggles continue. Växjö putting together. Christmas break they were 7th. Tied on points with Färjestad, who were listed as 6th. Taking a bit of a tumble since then, trying to stay inside the top 10 instead of enjoying a battle for positioning inside the top 6. At the line, Blixt. Race forward in the corner. Solston trying to come away with it. To make that Blomgren. Instead, it comes to Genborg, and he's on the move. Eddie Genborg to the line and across. Plays it to Vadin. Vadin. Rink wide, slapped by Hardegård. Sizzled one, ripped it on that blocker side. Big power play here. These teams struggling for offense. Just looking for something to separate themselves again. Timrå comes across. Where it's handled by Dahlin, their top scorer, and they score! And a 2-1 lead. Dahlin sizing things up, side of the net, no hesitation to the bumper, and bumping it in, volley Valterholm. 3-game point streak for him, 9 points in his last 9 games. And a big third period power play goal for Erik volley Valterholm on a power play in period 3 has Timrå on top of Djurgården. It's 2-1 as these teams play game 4 of their 4-game season series. Just 1 point separates them in the standings. A chance for Timrå to leapfrog Djurgården if they come away with a victory in regulation. In over the line. Knocked back to Bjork. He'll drive, gets the shot away, couldn't get it through. Driven from distance, a save, rebound chance, and a big block in front. Good support defensively from Timrå. At the line, now taken by Shillington. And Kimby a little frustrated with the way that got sorted out. Got another penalty coming here right off the restart. Power play 6 seconds old, and the coming to the front of the net, Genborg and the defender Lindstrom. And then Marmenlind. And the tempers rise. He is fighting hard. Vadin into the corner. Lindstrom watching him. Lalegia assisting. He's going to come away with this. Every one of these battles makes a difference. Comes to the front of the net, picked off there by Pettersson, who goes onto the boards with it. That was Emilio Pettersson. Stromberg sends it back into his own end. He'll take it back. Gives to Pila. Straight up the middle of the ice, Timrå to the attack. In over the line, fired from distance as he crossed the line by Eriksson. And that had some steam behind it.